Next option under reconfiguration on the next page is closing Mainville Elementary and closing the junior high school. This would move to a three-building configuration where you use the high school, the intermediate, and Salem Elementary. Under this configuration, again, you have utility savings, and you also have custodial and secretarial savings at each building. You can see the subtotal savings there in the middle of the page, $545,000. However, that has to be offset in this type of configuration because there's basically two different options. To move to a three-building configuration, you have to either go to a split schedule or to a year-round schedule. Buildings can't hold the amount of students that we have on a regular school day. So we looked at it both ways, going to a split schedule where you have two different sessions each day in your normal 9-month school year. The other option was going to a year-round calendar. Basically from a cost standpoint, the year-round calendar was a little bit better. Transportation is such a huge issue for us out here. We'll talk about that next in a minute, but about $2.5 million was spent on transportation last year. So the district that's 100 square miles, spending $2.5 million on transportation, that's a big cost factor for us. So if you were to go to a true split session where you've got a morning session and an afternoon session, and you're running the district, parts of the district 2 times, you're really losing a lot of any efficiencies you gain in terms of utilities or tax savings by closing buildings. You're quickly eating those up by running the district twice with a transportation model. So that's also noted in here. And then also on a year-round calendar, if you would be running an extra session, so instead of a 4 9-week sessions, you were running 5 9-week sessions. You can have those buildings open in the summer, so those pulling costs are going to increase. Your utility costs will increase because you're using those buildings year-round, whereas you're not using them year-round right now. So those cost increases again have to be factored against any cost savings. I noted in here that additional analysis will be required, probably some additional research will be required on the transportation department, also from our utility people we work with. Our current cost estimate to go to that model will be a savings of $145,000. In that model, you would have, from Hamilton Mainville, you would move the first and second grade kids to Salem Elementary. You'd move the third grade kids to the intermediate school. Move the sixth grade kids who are currently at the junior high, move them to the intermediate school, and the seventh graders who are currently at the junior high, move them to the high school. Questions on that? If you look in your second packet there, the attachments. This was a looks like this. This is something Mr. Power put together for just some preliminary estimates on number of kids and what building they would be in. It's behind the athletic model. So essentially what you have is by going from 4 9-week periods to 5 9-week periods on that option 2 there, you have, instead of having 4,100 kids in the district, you have approximately 2,800 kids at any given time because your kids are still only going to 4 9-week sessions, and you're splitting them over 5 different periods. 2 miles, within a 2 mile radius of the school. That was eliminated in addition to already eliminating high school busing. So that would get into fiscal year 2010. You can see the impact it has on costs there, going from 3.1 million in 2008, 2.9 million fiscal year 9, 2.5 million fiscal year 10. And you can see the projected slight increase here in fiscal year 2011 without making much change. Basically all the major changes we can make in transportation have been done up to this point. Again, state law limits us to, says we have to provide transportation for students who are K-8 and live outside of 2 miles of each school building. Also, we have to provide transportation to some of the community schools that are private schools that are within 30 minutes of the district. We also have to provide transportation for special needs students, even if they are within 2 miles or even if they are at the high school level. You can see some of these costs broke down at the bottom. You've got cost per mile, you've got miles per day, you've got cost per day. You can see all those things that they're decreasing year to year. Basically, under each of those, I put in there a percentage change from looking at fiscal year 2008 versus fiscal year 2011 projected. You can see the percentage cost decreases and the number of mile decreases in each of those scenarios. On the back of that page, there's just a little bit more data. They put together number of students on routes, which is Michelle Bullock put together. Looked at suburban routes and rural routes, number of students on routes. Looked at number of students per day, average students per stop. There's just some other information there that might help you give you a little bit better idea of, show you how the efficiencies have picked up and how current year compares to the last couple of years of transportation. Any specific questions on transportation? Gene Blake is here. He could probably tell you a little bit more in detail. Any questions you might have on those?
Have you ever done an analysis, is there a cost savings with going with private contractor?
Private contracting, some districts have done it. Some districts have done it and actually gone back to doing it in-house. State laws have changed over the last couple of years on whether or not you can even do that. Basically, if you were to try out, if you wanted to do outsourcing, there's only certain times you can do it. It has to be done in conjunction with your bargaining unit. It's something we have looked at. Cost savings really aren't that great. In terms of your regular operating cost of transportation, 80% of that's going to be, in terms of daily operating costs, 80% is going to be personnel costs and fuel. I'm not counting your regular bus replacement costs in there. So replace a bus is going to cost you $80,000, but in terms of your day-to-day operating costs, it really comes down to personnel and fuel. So Jeannie and Michelle done a great job routing efficiencies there. I just don't see that there's that much more there available. We have looked at it, like I said, but I don't think there's a lot there in terms of.
I know some districts hire companies, and the company does everything. I don't know if there's ever been any look at doing it piecemeal, whether they provide the maintenance on the buses or provide the buses.
We did have a private company come in and do an analysis before Gina and Michelle have been involved. I've been immersed in transportation and the challenges since I've been your superintendent for 8 years. It's been one of our biggest challenges. But more importantly, I spent some time with some of the other superintendents in districts that have gone to it and have come back from privatization, because over a 10-year period, sure, the savings are good up front. They get locked into some long-term contracts, and then the game is on, and you lose dollars over a period of time. I think it has to be right for your district. I think the 100 square miles is not inviting to quality outside sources, because it is such a challenge out here, and they know they're going to have a hard time beating the efficiency that we've put together. I think it's also really difficult. You have to balance when you look at these numbers. What's appropriate. I mean, I could get up at 3 a.m. and start picking people up. I'm being a little facetious, but I think you need to take a look at how long 2 hours? Is it an hour and a half? I mean, what was reasonable when we start talking about that? Safety issues, you start looking at, you know, those split sessions, and trying to transport even earlier, like at 6:30 a.m. and start your routes. I think we start our earliest route right now at 5:55 or 6 a.m. just to deliver by 7:20, 7:25. So those are some of the challenges that we have before that. I wish that you would all please take into consideration when you're looking at reducing those costs. And I know Mrs. Castleman had asked, and hopefully the data on the back showed that we are maximizing our consolidated stops. So we are maximizing, you know, students in seats. It's just hard to do that out in those outlying areas. And that's where we get most of our concerns, or the perception is we're not filling them up. Well, you know, we're balancing that